Hello, thank you for showing up. This is another Legacy Basic. I'm your host, Deadrick Baker, founder of The Legacy. And in this basic, I want to talk about something that I believe is a fundamental reality, something that everybody needs to understand. There is a light inside every individual, okay? There is an internal light guide inside every single person. Have you ever heard of the term conscience? Pinocchio? Have you ever seen like the angels, the good angel and the bad angel over the shoulders? Have you ever, the Egyptians called it the Ka, the Hindus called it the Atman. A lot of New Age spirituality call it the higher self. This is your internal light guide. At the Legacy, we call this the pilot light. And that's what this basic's about. It's about the pilot light. The light that guides you. This light that indwells the minds of men and women always tells you to do good. Always tells you to keep going forward and progressing. Keep growing. It wants to maximize your potential, and it wants you to achieve your potential. We call it the pilot light because, as I said before, it is your internal light guide, your conscience. This, you've probably heard this before, inside everybody there's a hole. There's a hole inside of everybody, and people try to fill that hole up with material objects, money, cars, clothes, hose, whatever you want to say. The only thing that will fill this hole up is the pilot light, the light guide. This internal light will guide you back to where it came from. And where it came from is the Creator, okay? This light that is inside of us, this light that indwells our mind, is a gift of the universe. We did not create it. It just is. It leads us to do good. It leads us to go forward and progress instead of degress. It is interested in interested in the evolution of society and building the character of the individual. It is interested in making your life the best that it could possibly be. It is interested in expressing God reality. What do you mean by expressing God reality? You are a person and you are capable of expression. I'm expressing myself right now. Hey. But there's a trick. By listening to this light, instead of choosing to do your selfish will, you can actually choose to listen to the light and to do the light's will. And because this light is from the Creator, God, it's a gift of the Father, the universe. If you let this light express itself through you and your personality, through your entire life on planet Earth, if you let this divine light express itself through you, you are now expressing God's will. You are now living God's will. You are now living truth. And you are representing truth. The only way to truly understand the universe is to experience it. Reality is experiential based. Okay? You've been experiencing since birth, and you are now alive. You're experiencing this video. I'm experiencing creating this video. We're all experiencing, and we're experiencing together on this planet, okay? We collectively add to this experience. We co-create reality. We can change this planet Earth together. If we all choose to do God's will, if we all choose to listen to the pilot light, to recognize the pilot light in others, and to respect it, to coordinate them, so that now both personalities are divinely locked in a cycle of growth. And imagine if all personalities on planet Earth locked into each other and were only focused on each other's growth. The brotherhood and the sisterhood of mankind. That is what I speak about. That is what I speak about when I talk about the universal government, the kingdom of heaven that Jesus spoke about. People are talking about the Galactic Federation. I love that term. Amen. But that's external. Yes, there's a universal kingdom. We can talk about that later. But this basic is about internal. The kingdom of heaven within you. Jesus also said that. The kingdom of heaven is within you. How do we get to that arena? How do we get to that stage as a universal government, as a brotherhood of man, as a sisterhood of mankind? How do we get there? I'll give you a trick. We all focus on the pilot light, the divine light guide. They all come from the same source. They all come from the Father. They all come from God. So if we all focus on our own light, it'll bring us together. It's only telling you to do good. It is you that chooses to not listen to the light. That is where all hardships, negative experiences come from, because you are now not living according to the trend of reality. That is the gist of this short talk. You have a pilot light within your personality. You have a divine light guide. You have a pilot light, an internal compass. It has been referred to as a conscience that is telling you to do right, to become what you are supposed to become the best that you can be. Can you imagine what that would look like if we did this together on planet Earth? That is the brotherhood of man. That is the sisterhood of mankind. That is the human family, the divine family. That is the universal government. That is the kingdom of heaven. That is utopia. That's for another conversation. That is how we enter the Galactic Federation. That is how we achieve cosmic citizenship. We can do this together. That's why the legacy is here. That is why I am here. Again, this has been a Legacy Basic. Just wanted to instill the fact that you have an internal pilot light, an internal compass. Find that light in your mind. You can feel it. I'll give you a hint. You can feel it. You can see it. Listen to it. Try it out. In every situation of your life, stop and say, I want to let the light express itself. And then when you see the higher action, the higher situation, act. Do not sit still, act. That is how you achieve. Okay, the light uses your will as a fulcrum to express itself. Do you want to be a representative of God? Do you want to be used as an expression for the Creator? Do you want to maximize your potential? Do you really want to see what this shit is about? Do you really want to see what your personality is capable of? Do you really want to see what this planet could be? Listen to the internal light, okay? That is the basic I'm trying to instill. Thank you for showing up again. This is the Legacy Basics. If you haven't seen my other videos, I've got a couple short talks extrapolating on other subjects that we talk about the legacy. If you haven't already, subscribe. My email's below this if you want to keep the conversation going. And I love you guys. We're in this together.